I'm Carson Lund, and I'm doing an informative presentation on cheerleading for my Communication 101 class. Today I'll provide sufficient evidence that cheerleading is a sport that requires dedication and hard work. You will hear about its history and popularity as well as the myths and stereotypes associated with cheer. An unknown author said, "Cheerleaders are the strongest athletes, for they must fight for gold while they fight their stereotype." You see them at sporting events and at competitions and even in the community. But cheerleaders are more than young women in cute skirts and pom-poms. They are athletes who work hard mentally and physically to promote spirit and positivity with their crowd. They deserve respect for their dedication and hard work. Cheer is misunderstood and has a long history that includes many participants worldwide. I will first explain the history of cheerleading, then I'll inform you about popularity and statistics, and I will dispel some common myths and stereotypes of the sport. According to Varsity, cheerleading has a long history dating back to the 1800s. It began at Princeton in the 1800s, and it was an all-male pep club. They cheered at the first college football game between Princeton and the Rutgers. Lawrence Herkemeyer, shown in this photo, is thought of as the father of cheerleading. He held the first cheerleading clinic in Texas in 1948. He is known for introducing the widely known spirit stick, pom-poms, and the herky jump. He also formed NCA, National Cheerleading Association, in 1961. Males dominated cheer until the 1930s. The sport was seen as masculine and equal in prestige to football. Males did stunts, gymnastics, and they led the crowd. Women then joined in the 1930s when men were deployed for World War I. From its beginnings in 1800s to the start of co-ed squads in the 1930s, the popularity of cheer continues to grow. More and more students are deciding to participate in school, extracurricular, and competition squads. These can be co-ed or all-female or all-male. There are 4 million cheerleaders on Earth. 80% of schools have cheerleaders, and there are 5 to 35 cheerleaders on each squad. 4 of the U.S. presidents were cheerleaders: FDR, Dwight Howard, Ronald Reagan, and George Bush. There are many other famous people as well that did cheer. Megan Fox, actress from the movie Transformers, reality star Snooki, and Blake Lively, and actor Samuel L. Jackson. With so many participants in the sport of cheerleading, there are just as many myths and misunderstandings. One commonly known myth is that cheerleaders have to look a certain way. That is not true. Cheerleaders don't have to be skinny, they don't always have to smile, and they are allowed to be tall. Another myth is that cheerleaders are not smart, and according to cheer coach Lori Sword, 80% of cheerleaders have a 3.0 GPA or above, and 97% of cheerleaders plan to attend college. A commonly known myth is that cheerleading is not a real sport. This is not true, and cheerleaders require a strong physique, balance, and flexibility, and you have to work under high pressure with big amounts of people, and you have to keep a level head in those situations, and there is a serious risk of injury, and you train and practice for months for competition, and you can even train for years. And this is according to 6 Things to Tell Anyone Who Thinks Cheerleading is Not a Real Sport by Eric Fernandez. Now that some of the misconceptions of cheerleading are cleared up, one can see the amount of mental, physical, and emotional strength participants have. We now know that cheerleading is a popular sport worldwide. It has grown and changed throughout history, and people's ideas about it are changing as well. The next time you see cheerleaders at a game or event supporting their fans, teams, and their school, Think about its origins of cheer and the dedication it takes for those who are involved. Are there any questions?